Yeah, I'd say we had moments. I think it was good for us in a learning scenario. Naba didn't play the game. He had gone home to Memphis. There was a funeral that he had to get to, so because of that, obviously, we had a few guys that played out of position, and I think we learned a little bit about our team. I think it was good for those guys to get that type of experience. In the same breath, I was disappointed that in the first week I thought we did a nice job of the game-winning plays, 50-50 balls. And again, when you watch the film and look at these games, those scenarios fell in the favor of the opponent instead of us. And especially on the road against good competition, those are the plays you got to make. And I felt from that perspective we didn't compete as well as we had the previous week.
Now we'll be back.
Oh, he's back.
Oh, he's back.
He's back up here.
Okay.
I mean, trust me, I'm very happy. I'm smiling. I'm smiling. He's back here. He'll practice today, so he'll be on this trip with us. And again, when you look at those games, I think performance-wise, the encouraging parts of it all, Isaiah Johnson had another incredible weekend. I mean, he is getting to the point now where teams are going to have to adjust how they play to be able to guard him. I thought we did a poor job. He had 19 points in the first half of Southwest Minnesota, who was ranked in the country. And they kind of adjusted how they were guarding him. And as coaches and for himself, he didn't do a very good job after that of making sure he kept on rolling. But a great performance from him. Dolapo had a great game. I mean, by the time we get to January, he is going to be a force. They have a very good player, about 6'9", 250. That will probably be an All-American candidate at Southwest, and he just took him once and just dunked it over him. That just doesn't happen for a freshman. So very encouraged with his play. So this is the thing for us. There's a lot of good pieces. I mean, I'm really encouraged with the pieces we have. As a coach, we're not quite there on either side of the ball playing like we need to be able to play. And I'm still really concerned defensively in that, I do. I think we can score 80 every game. We have enough weapons to do that, but man, do we still got a long way to go on that defensive side. That was probably the most frustrating thing of the weekend.
What are you expecting from this weekend?
Well, before, it's interesting. I wish I could have done a little better job of scheduling. We played two teams that made the NCAA tournament the past weekend, and now we go play St. Rose, who last year was one game away from the Elite Eight. So another really good team. But I do think for our scenario right now, this is really going to help us when we get to league. We're seeing all facets of different type of basketball, right? From really, really athletic, defensive, in your face, to more contained but be able to get downhill penetration-wise. And man, that can't do anything but help you, because now you get in those situations. Yeah, we've seen this. We've played against this. St. Rose is much more of an interior team, big guys that can really bang inside. But again, a good challenge for us, and I really like our matchups going into this game.
Do you think you might be able to find what's the process to find consistency? Because it seems like one night everything is going well, and then another night it'll be a guy who'll score like 20 points, and then the next night he'll barely get to double digits. Is there a process to find consistency, or is it just within the players?
Well, I think we have to encourage that. I mean, it's like yesterday we came back and we weren't finding consistency. So we ended up having about a 4-hour practice. That's the beautiful thing about breaks, is you can have practice as long as you want to. So those are the encouraging parts of coaching, that when you're not seeing what needs to happen, that you can mentally get your guys over the hurdle to actually do it correctly. And for us right now, I think that's probably the biggest hurdle. From a physical standpoint, from what we can be on the floor, all the tools are there. It's that it's that mental aspect of focusing on every possession. And I think that's the one thing when you talk about consistency that we're lacking right now is the importance of every possession that you play and winning that possession. And if we can get to that point, we're going to be very good.
Is this a bit of a memory problem, as in they need to have short memories when things don't go right away?
Yeah, I think it's the old on to the next play, because you have to be able to do that. And within the game, that's crucial. Next possession, next play. But then you also have to have the memory of, well, this is what I did, and it wasn't good, or this is what I did, and it was correct. And I think that's where practice and film come in. You know, I mean, we made some silly mistakes in that game against Southwest. It's you know, this is a game that's down to the wire, and there's a loose ball. One of our guys is supposed to be defensive balance. He comes running in there, doesn't get it. They go down, make a layup. That's a 4-point possession. That's a 4-point swing. So we go, up 2 to being tied. But those types of plays, you have to have the knowledge and the ability to say, without having it happen, I'm doing it correctly or not, and then make sure the next time it's done right.
You think the Thanksgiving thing would be a good thing with the holiday for the guys?
Yeah, I mean, it's different with different groups, right? And I think where we're at as a team right now, we are. I mean, I do feel we're on the cusp of really getting to where I think we can go, and I did not want to lose some of that momentum. You know, if you send them home 2 or 3 days, and it's a committed group where I got nobody that's at practice yesterday homesick, wishing they were back having Thanksgiving dinner. So that's a good thing. And so when you have all that in place, man, to go play a couple more games and get that bad taste of losing out of your mouth before league season starts, it'll be huge.